So instead of doing this one just as a straight watercolour as I was thinking of doing, as I'd like to do the masking and so on, I think I'm going to do this one with watercolour pencil because I like to show you all these different techniques, and the watercolour pencil would be rather delicate on this. The watercolour pencil, we can put the pencil on, a crayon on, and blend it gently. It is a watercolour. So let's do it that way because it's a totally different medium for you to see. Now my rather nice set of Derwent pencils here, and these top ones are pastel pencils. You can see they've got a little tray we can lift out. And underneath we've got watercolour, and underneath those again are ordinary coloured crayon pencils. It's these ones we're going to use. It's these ones that can be blended with water. So I'll just take out this set, lay them to one side. Now you can see the ordinary studio coloured pencils. Put those back in there for now. And it gives us a very nice range of colours, doesn't it? So a fairly careful drawing, and we're now going to try our watercolour pencils on this one. I would have masking fluided and then done a standard watercolour, but we've seen one of those, so let's do something a little bit different this time. Now let's immediately show you what can be done. So if I were to take one of my greens and just gently shade it onto the watercolour paper, we're using a £140 Waterford knot paper here, so it's not in the middle or the distance, it's an intermediate paper. So just shade that on gently. Now we can leave it straight as a coloured pencil drawing, or you can use a brush, clean water, and blend it, as you can see, like that, look. Now you can work into this while it's still wet, or let it dry and then work on top. Now we're going to work from our standard techniques of working from light to dark. Now let's see, if I put a bit of water on there, I bring that same green up into it, you'll see the pencil will come off slightly easier because it will melt already into the water. So you've got two ways of working. You can either put it onto the paper and blend it, or you can put the water on and gently blend into the... Now as I want a vignette, as I'm going to make this painting disappear off the edge, I'm going to wet this all the way around at the moment and put that light green coming all the way around her. I haven't stretched the paper, so if it cockles it'll go back again. I haven't got to worry too much about that. I'll come back in now with this very light green, just tinting it, just touching the paper ever so lightly. We don't want to stain the paper too much. All the way out, just touching the wet, because I'm going to go over later with some darker colours afterwards. I know where my lighter flowers are, so I'm leaving some of those areas behind. All the way down to here. And then go back up and blend it in around there. And then again, take it right out, soften it into the... And remember that watercolour, even watercolour pencil, is going to dry lighter than when you see it wet. So this might seem fairly strong now, but it's not going to be so strong afterwards. Just tinting in these colours. Some very light greens all the way down into here. You may even use both. I mean, it's nice to be able to use the watercolour pencils, but it's also, there's nothing to stop us. Now we're going from the wet onto the dry now, you see, as well. So we're putting on the dry paper now, and we'll blend that out. It may well be that we decide to use straight watercolour over the watercolour pencil. Watercolour pencil allows us a great deal of detail. I want a very slight violet going on the outside edge to give a feeling of light and atmosphere, so I'm going to take some violet and just go around the outer edge with that all the way around, just roughly, and now blend that in as well, all the way down. You want that green, that vignette to come all the way down around here. Well, it's quite a different way of working, whereas before we've been very loose. Now it's a little bit more preconceived and has to be a bit more planned out. Blend that right down and in so that there's no hard edges at all. I just want soft edges coming down through here. And then we want to change our greens. We've got to look at the more cool bluey greens and other colours. Mustn't forget to leave behind the light bits where they're needed. So at the moment we're just building up these tones and tints, working our background up, and I'm going to finish up with the figure rather than painting it first. Work down into that. Some of it we can do without having to use the brush, some of it we will need the brush. So we can work the wet into wet by doing wet paper and pencil over the top. Right, we're at this stage. Let's look at some of these brighter colours as well. It's a very, very different way of working. Very light creams to go in. We can work one thing over another as well. And more stronger yellows. An ideal thing to do while it's still wet. If you wet the paper first, it makes it a lot easier to get stronger colour on, because it will melt into the paper. So we'll carry on, just blending, blocking and blending, putting on the colours with water, without water, with water over the top, all these different permutations, gradually building up the painting in layers of watercolour pencil and paint. To work across the forms as well, not just along them. Go around them and across them and feel your way around these forms, especially when drawing. You see, we can glaze with these watercolour pencils in a way as well. We can go over